Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Self-Made with J Rock and A Rich. So we're doing a little bit of a test.
Yes.
We're in the process of taking our Self-Made talk show and getting to the point where we can go live and stream at the same time as taping. So we can involve our listeners and our watchers, our viewers, in our conversations. So in order to do that effectively, we have to test it out. Test out the software, make sure that we can get everything to go up and all that good stuff. So if we have some complications in the process of this conversation,
bear with us.
Just
bear with us.
All right. So before we get into it, I want to talk about, we're going to talk about relationships a little bit, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But we're going to talk about the media first.
No. I want to talk about relationships. But with the relationships, I want to ask you your opinion. Now, you guys, we did not talk about this prior, I promise. But I want to ask you your opinion about, like, gender roles as far as, like, husband and wife. Or even, the more masculine one and the more feminine, right? So in the event that there's, say, a spider. And the spider has to be killed.
The person that is less fearful of spiders should take care of that. I'm arachnophobic. Okay. I can't do it.
So how do you judge who's less fearful? Because I am scared of all bugs.
But you never said you was arachnophobic. So.
I'm scared of all bugs. If it has more than two, I'm even dogs. Like if it has more than two legs, I'm scared of it.
So we can say, I would say the best way to go about that is whoever sees the spider has to get the spider, because you don't want to walk away and then the spider be gone and then you don't even know where it's at.
Okay, but I won't walk away. I'll scream. Then you'll just know to come protect me.
I'll come protect you. I'll just bring you a shoe or something like that.
I'm gonna get there. What's the sense?
Okay, so viewers, let's just know this. I will take care of the spider or bugs.
I don't sound very confident. That doesn't sound very. I don't feel confident.
It's not very confident because I wouldn't be very confident. We're gonna have a battle. Whatever it is, we're gonna have a battle, and I'll make sure it's taken care of. But at the same time, you're gonna hear some moving. You're gonna hear some furniture moving throughout that whole process.
So is that all bugs or just certain ones?
Spiders.
So you take care of anything else?
No, water bugs. Alabama got these big old bugs. They call them water bugs.
The palomino bugs, water bugs, the big old cockroaches.
They about this big.
They slide under your door.
And last year, I was good with them until they evolved, and now they fly.
I don't think they evolved.
I don't know.
I think they evolved.
The ones I killed before, they were good, and then that next thing you know, they started flying. So
yeah, I'm terrified of water bugs. Terrified.
It's almost that season because it's getting hot outside. So
while we're talking about that, next week we get to go to Ohio, and we are going to visit my family and visit my mom, my dad, my best friend, and I failed to mention, only because I didn't remember until looking through Facebook, that it is cicada season.
Oh yeah, she told me about this one. So
for all y'all in Alabama that don't know, cicadas are them big old flying.
See, they had them down here too. And because I can hear them. Like you hear them, and I just don't like them.
There's a lot down there. From what I'm hearing, I'm kind of getting different stories. Some people are saying there's a lot already. Some people are saying there's not so many. But they get to a point where there's a lot at a time. So they're flying at you. These big old
So they attack you?
Well, they don't necessarily attack you, but it may feel like an attack.
So what they do? They fly towards you?
They just fly, but they're so big and there's so many of them that if you're in their way. Yeah. You ever seen Prince of Egypt?
Yeah.
You remember when all the little things are...
That's lotus.
That's what cicadas, I believe, are lotus. Y'all don't mark, but I think they are.
Oh, no.
I'm going to look it up. So this is a positive about our little conversations is Google my brain.
Yes.
So, and I know all the answers are on Google.
She wins a couple of arguments by going to Google. I
do.
I use this right here.
But that's why I generally win.
Most of the time I win.
That's why I generally win.
Most of the time I win with this right here.
How do you spell cicada?
cicada.
It's cicada, a locust. Let me see. They're cousins of crickets, so I guess they're not.
Ugh.
Locusts are
Crickets
types
ain't
of
that-
grasshoppers, while cicadas are cousins of crickets.
Crickets ain't that bad.
I wouldn't want a whole bunch of them.
Well, no, I wouldn't want a whole bunch of them.
Right.
Especially some of the pictures that I've seen that people like they land on you, they just.
I hate them when they're in the house because they're hard to get and hard to kill, and they're bigger than grasshoppers.
So, like, how do you kill them? Like, they like the water bug? Like, when you hit them one time and they just like, they wipe it off?
No,
and
but
they
the thing is, when you go to hit them, they hop. So, like, you go to hit them, they go whoop, like they hop. So it's almost like you feel like they're hopping at you. So as soon as you hit, they just you should have moved.
So this is gonna be a difficult trip in Ohio. I
Yeah.
can already see it now.
It is. I'm trying to convince my mom already because she's saying if it's less cicadas, we're not going to Kings Island, and I really want to go to Kings Island, and I want her to come. So
So if we go to Kings Island and we're riding the ride,
I know that's what they were talking about. We're riding a ride in a cicada because you scream that would be so nasty.
woo.
I know. That's what
So
it is.
how bad is it down there? Like,
I don't know. See, all right. My mom's saying that the floor is the ground where she is, and she's in Dayton, is just getting to the point it's warming up, so they're starting to hatch. But in Cincinnati, I've already seen people posting pictures of like their doorway and a whole bunch of cicadas all over it. So
like when is it over? When
it's summer. Like
Oh, so the whole summer.
yeah. So they come out every 17 years, and when it's time for them to die, they lay their eggs, and they don't come back for another 17 years. Yeah. This is the year of the cicadas. I'm surprised we don't get it down here.
I'm not surprised. I'm happy. We good. We don't need those. We already got water bugs.
They got them up north too, though.
Water bugs?
Yeah. I remember water bugs from when I was younger. So anyway, I never got our gender roles in the bugs and the cicadas.
Well, just one more thing. So I'm supposed to kill the cicadas when we go up there.
Listen, I'm not saying you're supposed to kill them. I'm just saying if you see me take off and start running and screaming, don't be surprised. Because I do not do bugs.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm just making sure.
I mean, I don't expect you to kill them, but I expect you, if I need your help, to help me.
To like swat them away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll probably run around you anyway. Like, I remember one year, this is terrible. This is how terrible I am. We went hiking for all y'all in Ohio in the Cincinnati, Middletown area, Germantown Park. My mom used to take us since we were little. I absolutely love that park. I had on these leggings that, like, for some reason, everything I walked by kept sticking to them, and I didn't notice it. So out of nowhere, I looked down, and all I see is little huckleberries. That's what she called them, little huckleberries. I thought it was a bunch of bugs crawling up my legs. I started running and screaming. But the thing is, I didn't run and scream away. I ran towards her and started trying to wipe my leg.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Okay, so I see how this is about to go.
Which is terrible.
So if the cicada on you, you're gonna try to wipe it on me and try to get it away and just get off you.
I gotta run towards you because who's gonna help me if I run away from everybody? It's not even intentional. Like, I don't do it intentionally.
Okay. I gotta do some research on cicadas before we go up there so I can know what I gotta do. If I gotta duck and weave or I don't know. I'm gonna find out something.
He's supposed to protect me. That's all I'm saying. He's supposed to protect me.
See, that's where the research comes in. I'm gonna research the cicadas so I can know what I'm going up against. Because I know I'm gonna have to battle them, and she's just not gonna run it. So
Yeah.
I got you there.
All right. So what do we want to? Well, actually, we can go with some media. So I have been trying to get into the news, right? Because I'm not really a news type of person. I'm generally so hung up on work and running a business that I don't pay attention to the news. So if I find out about the news, it's literally because somebody told me about it, not because I
go through Facebook. I get my news from Facebook.
Which we know is not always accurate news.
Not always accurate, but sometimes it's pretty dead on. It gives out good information.
Facebook news is worse than Google news. Because they say don't get anything from Google because it's not accurate.
I mean,
because you're getting people's opinions.
But so I say this: you get the information from Facebook and you research it and you do your own research. So once you figure out something's on there, and you will be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me look into it. So that way you know before you post. And I'm saying this because of past recent things. I post stuff and I start talking about stuff that's not really real. So Facebook needs to do something about that. But yeah, that's the downfall of getting your information from Facebook.
Yeah. Well, even Google.
Oh, well,
Sometimes. But then sometimes if people catch it, people will put it's fake. So you have to kind of don't look at the very first headline, go down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was looking at this news app, and it started talking about one of my favorite people. So I had to bring this up. I want to talk about this. It says that Michael Jackson's family is claiming that Martin Bashir tricked Michael Jackson. And they are alleging that the documentary that he did back in 2003 is what caused Michael Jackson's death.
So I thought the doctor.
So yeah, medicine-wise, the doctor, but they felt like it was Martin's interview that caused like the depression and him to be having so many issues to need the medicine. Because it said that he kind of tricked Michael with his questioning, and then he altered the video to make it look like he answered a certain way. But it's not just Michael. They said that this guy did the same thing to Princess Diana.
So it's the same
guy. Martin Bashir. Interesting, huh?
That's very interesting, especially if it happened to two people.
Right. Well, and it says it happened to, of course, they're still alive, but he also tricked a interview with Michael Jackson's nephew, Taj, and Michael Jackson's brother, Tito. They're all alleging that, Tito, that he manipulated the footage and used unethical journalism.
See, I can believe that. I can.
Yeah, especially when you consider Michael. So you guys, just so those who don't know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I'm talking about a huge Michael Jackson fan. I mean, I beat him on all the Michael Jackson dances.
Because you practice.
Oh, when am I not supposed to practice?
But I've never played it before. I played it one time and then she just, I beat you.
I don't have to practice. I would still beat him.
Okay. Let's talk about this. If you play a game, if you turn on the game and you play for countless of hours, you're good at that game. Now, if you bring somebody else in and they want to play the game and you just beat them because you're that good and you already been playing, then, I mean...
Well, I beat everybody here and almost everybody that I meet. So, challenge. If you want to challenge me to a Just Dance or Michael Jackson, I'm going to beat you. So,
I'm going to start playing.
So I beat everybody here, and my kids, they do that stuff all the time, and I still beat them. This is my thing. It wasn't even about beating him. It was about the fact that he keeps saying he can beat me in every day. So
let's go back to Michael Jackson.
But he says he can beat me in everything, and then I beat him again and again and again. That's why it matters. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even care that I beat you.
You don't beat me in a lot of things.
Babe.
Let's go play basketball right now.
Baby, okay.
I'll give you
basketball.
I'll give you 4 out of 5. Let's go.
I don't play basketball.
So, no man, I'll give you 4 out of 5.
Okay, no
that's
rules.
like you. That's like you playing.
No rules?
No rules.
Okay.
I'll give you 4 out of 5.
I'm attacking.
She ain't gonna get the ball.
He ain't gonna get to shoot the ball.
All right.
Your money gonna win.
But see, that's like the Michael Jackson game. It's like you giving me.
I'm doing it fairly. I'm giving you control of your controller. I have control of my controller, and we're playing.
That's not fair.
How?
Because I need practice on it. You can't just go into Just Dance and just be good at Just Dance.
I beg to differ. Some people go.
So when you first started playing, you were great.
I was beating people as soon as it came out, and I started playing. I'm just that.
We need to just go back to the records and see it. Because Just Dance is not easy. I'm just gonna say
no,
that.
It's not easy, but it's not hard.
It's not hard, but it ain't easy.
If you got the moves. What's that off of Goofy movie? Cause you got the moves.
So Goofy movies is one of our favorite movies.
Yes.
So that's one of the things we found out that
he copied off of me.
So what time did it came out? 1997.
So you weren't even old enough to No,
I was old enough to watch it.
Not 1997. It came out in the 80s.
No, it didn't. 1997. 1990. It was 1992 or 1997.
Back to Google. But I know it was like he was super young. You were born in 1992. Baby.
It was actually 96 that movie.
Yeah, so you were 4.
Able to watch Goofy
not
movie.
Not old enough to care. Oh. That was your favorite.
He was old enough to watch Goofy movie.
Not old enough to kick 1995. You were 3.
1995.
You can't remember anything at age 3.
I remember watching Goofy movie. I remember singing it.
Okay, and I'm older than him. Not old enough to be a cougar, but I am older than him. So if you were 3, I was 9. I was 9.
Okay.
So I was old enough to know that that's my favorite movie.
She likes all types of Disney movies.
I do.
I know.
And I know how to pronounce them.
So Goofy movies is yours.
Moana.
Mona. It's Mona.
Moana.
It's Mona.
Moana.
Mona. I remember. Okay, when I first thought about the movie, I was like, "Have you ever seen Mona?"
I never heard of Mona.
And I was like, Mona, like the Mona, like, and I started singing the song.
That's Moana.
It's Mona.
If he watches the movie, they call her Moana. The characters in the movie call her Moana.
Say Mona. I gave her a nickname because that's how close we are. Mona.
Gotcha. Just how I knew when we first started dating that he was a youngin'. Because when I went on his Facebook page, so always snoop Facebook, you guys, research, look at who you're dating. When I looked on his Facebook page and I saw a post, and he was talking, and it was talking about how exciting the Disney Channel games were, and all the characters in the Disney Channel games were the characters of the shows that my kids watched, like Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana? That was around your time too.
So that's when Ariel was like 3 and 4.
So you wasn't watching Hannah Montana?
With Ariel?
Wait, people. Okay, Nickelodeon, because Disney Channel and Nickelodeon was coming out at the same time. That was going head to head. So iCarly. You watched iCarly?
Okay, Ariel was watching iCarly. I watched.
So you didn't watch iCarly and be like, this is kind of
I watched That's So Raven.
Okay, I watched that too.
Yeah, but I was younger. You were younger.
See, but you watched the same show that we watched.
With my daughter.
No.
That's So Raven. I think when that came out, when it first came out, I was a teenager.
You were watching both of it though.
I was a teenager.
You were watching Nickelodeon and so you wouldn't say like if they went to sleep or something like that. If Ariel went to sleep, you wouldn't watch it. You would turn on something.
I mean, I liked it, but I'm saying my purpose for watching it was because I had kids. Your purpose for watching it because you were a little kid.
I was watching NBA games and stuff like that too. But in the meantime, if they weren't on 8/7 Central, I'm locked in a Disney Channel because a Disney Channel movie is about to come on.
That's not my point. My point is not that there's anything wrong with Disney because I like Disney.
You ain't care about the premieres either? The premiere?
Yeah, I liked High School Musical, but I was watching High School Musical with my child.
See, that's where I draw the line. I didn't watch High School Musical.
But that's not because you didn't like the channel. Hey, don't do that.
High School Musical was garbage.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. And then they had the nerve to put basketball in it. No. Have a musical with
So
basketball?
we're not going to go there because he's going to have a lot of upset fans.
I don't like High School Musical. I'll tell you that right now.
I like
Don't Look Under the Bed. The OG
Wait.
Disney Channel movie. Like
Don't Look Under the Bed.
You don't know what Don't Look Under the Bed is?
No.
If she hasn't seen Don't Look Under the Bed, people, please.
Because I was probably too grown.
No.
I was probably an adult.
Don't Look Under the Bed with the Boogeyman on Disney Channel.
When did it come out? I bet you I was an adult. Don't Look Under 1999. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
Right. Everybody was watching that.
But I was in high school, so I didn't want to watch them type of things. Who's in it?
It wasn't nobody
Maybe that
that's
was a little
reputable.
corny. That was corny. So that's why.
That
Because
wasn't
I
corny.
was in high school, you were in elementary. That's why you liked it.
I liked it because it was a good movie.
You were in elementary.
It was actually a good movie.
You were in elementary.
Like Halloween Town.
I remember Halloween Town. I didn't like Halloween Town. I thought
Yeah, I
that was
didn't really like it that much either. But I watched it.
I thought that was stupid. So that's why I was in high school. He was in elementary school. So that's why you liked it. Because I had to be. No, I was probably that was either the end of my 8th grade going into my 9th grade, or it was my 8th grade year.
See, so you was watching that. Because I was watching Disney Channel in 8th grade.
That means you were in the 5th grade.
But I was watching Disney Channel.
Or the 4th.
I was watching Disney Channel all the way up to high school.
I did too.
See?
But that's not my point.
What's the point?
My point is, if you would have made a post that said characters from like way back, but you made a post of characters that were like.
See, that was the updated Disney Channel. They had Disney games back then. Because the suit like with Jackie Cody.
Okay, let me ask you.
What's up?
Nickelodeon. Did you watch Nick Jr. ever? Like when you were little. Like which character? You know how Nick Jr. would have a character.
Blues.
Maybe that's my kids' show. You remember Face?
No.
So anybody in my age range remembers the guy, the little. He came up. He covered the whole TV screen. He's like, "Hi, I'm Face," and he'd tell you what show was coming up next.
I wouldn't want to watch that.
It wasn't a show. He was the person who would tell you what was coming up next. So
I probably remember that.
You don't remember it.
I probably do. I don't
He
remember.
tried to convince me that he was in the era of the very first Power Rangers. And I know that can't be true.
I was in the era of the very first Power Rangers. What?
No.
The Green Ranger, the
Yeah, but you probably
the first OG Power Rangers. That was me. That was us. We came up with it.
You probably that was my age range.
That was
I
our age
remember
range.
my babysitters when that came out.
Baby, that was our age.
Let's see when they first came out.
Probably 1992.
No. Well, I mean, you would have been born that year.
Yes, because they knew a star was born.
1993. So yeah, you said that's your era, like you were watching it and playing Power Rangers. No, you had to catch up.
The golden age of this whole world was around 1992 to 1999 to 2000. Maybe I'll give it to 2005. But that was us. When we came into the world in 1992, and I would even say the 1990s. We'll put them in there too.
This is my thing. In 1993, you couldn't be into it because you were 1. But the thing is, 1993, I was old enough to know what was going on. That was my generation show.
When? How old was you in 1992?
7. No, it was in 1993 when it came out. I was 7. I was 6 in 19.
But you was a girl. You wasn't.
I was into that. I was the Pink Ranger. I was Kimberly.
I was about to ask you the name.
I do. What's the Yellow Ranger's name?
I don't know the Yellow Ranger.
Yes, you do. My sister played Yellow Ranger. That's how you can tell.
Who wanted to be the Yellow Ranger?
Maybe.
It was all about Tommy or Kimberly. If you was a girl, you gotta be Kimberly.
Tell me the other characters. Who was the Black Ranger?
I don't know, but I know
the black guy.
I know the black guy, and I know he had his face was all his hairline was always back there.
His name was Zach. Who was the Blue Ranger?
I don't know. Billy.
Billy.
I know it was something like that.
Billy. Who was the Red Ranger's name? He was the name. I mean, come on now. He was the leader.
I don't know.
Jason.
Tommy was
He was the green, and what did he turn into?
Turned into the White Ranger.
But he wasn't the leader. You don't know anybody but Tommy and Kimberly, which listen to show you know that that's your generation.
Green Ranger was the only one I was concerned about because he gave everybody business. But I watched it.
Yeah, you had to catch up.
I watched it. I had all the toys. I had the Megazord. I had all that.
And by the way, the Yellow Ranger was Trini initially. Then they changed to Aisha.
Nobody wanted it to be the.
Apparently, didn't want to be nobody else other than Tommy and Kimberly because he only knew their 2 names. And I'm not convinced he knew the Pink Ranger's name.
If it was either going to be the red, you either wanted to be the Red Ranger or the White or Green Ranger. Because I never wanted to be the Red Ranger, even though Red was my favorite color.
I didn't want to be the Red Ranger either, but I knew the name.
What about the that movie that came out, the Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, I watched that.
I went to the movies and saw that. That came out for
you
me.
were a baby.
No, I wasn't.
When did it come out?
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
With oohs and all them, yeah.
Yes.
That was my time.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And I think by then was when the
That was when they really
1995. It was.
That
You
was
were
when they-
two.
That was when they got their whole thing going.
No, you were three. You were three.
And I went to the movies and saw it.
You don't remember it.
I
You
do.
remember it now because you watched it since you've been older.
I remember because I had the VCR tape.
Right.
I had it. I had it. That's all that matters. I had it.
So we're supposed to be talking about something else. As you see, we can't get to it because my husband is delusional. So we'll let you go into what we're supposed to be talking about.
So what we're supposed to be talking about is the fact of, you know, new relationships, coming into new relationships, and you know, both like someone being into like being self-made and being their own boss, and you know, someone else coming into the picture that wasn't on that type of level, and now y'all coming together and you know, y'all trying to elevate each other to that level. Okay. So how
I guess well, we'll get each other's perspective. So do you think it's hard, or is it a breeze?
I wouldn't say it's a breeze. It's definitely not a breeze. I would say it is a little. It's overwhelming, like at first. But I mean, if you know that the person that you're with that has that same drive and that same confidence to get to where you want to be, then I mean, even though it is overwhelming, you know the outcome of it. So you know you have to put in that work. Now, the fact of just putting in the work when you want to go do some other things, you know, and you can't do those other things because you're trying to get to, you know, you're trying to get to that goal. So with my mindset in it, and you know, speaking on us, you know, April is like she's top tier in my eyes. In my eyes, she's top tier. She's the epitome of what I want to be and what I want to accept. So with saying that and like looking at you and you know looking at you work and everything like that, it's like it's overwhelming because sometimes I want to sit there and play the game. But if I'm playing the game and I'm like I'm looking at her and she's working, I'm like, because it's like because like I see you and I see everything that you do and I see like everything that you have to you know do to keep everything running and everything like that, and I know it's overwhelming. So like just looking at that and like I even though it's like I can look at my computer and I can start doing stuff, it's like I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do, but I open it up and I try. And I think that's the big thing that, you know, if you're in that type of relationship, like the thing is trying, like showing the effort.
Yeah, most definitely. So it is humbling on the other side because generally everybody else gets to see you well put together. Because of course you're not going to put out anything that's not well put together. So everybody else gets to see the well put together version of you. They get to see all the what you consider the great sides of you. Where now this person who now gets to come inside and see the inside sees the pieces of where you're falling apart. Where it does seem overwhelming, where it does feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not where I want to be at, and you want to break down. So I actually, I don't know how many times I've apologized to him because I'm like, I don't want you to think this is what I want all the time. because in any instance, business owners, I mean, in any business owner that's listening, or even someone who's in a career and is in a situation where there's a lot on them, it gets stressful. Like it gets stressful when you're in charge of certain things and decisions depend on you. So I've had so many people tell me, clients, like, I don't know how you do it. Like you look like you do it so easy. And I've even told my clients, like, no, I don't. I mean, I may make it look good, but I go through my stuff too. But then you get to actually, it's different when I can tell somebody I go through it, but I can go through it in private. But then someone gets to physically see. Someone gets to physically see me in flip out mode because something's not lining up the way I want it to line up. But it is important, like so you said, trying. Because I feel like in a lot of other situations, you know, I've experienced people not trying and not really caring to put an effort in. So it's worst when you know that you're doing all this, they see you do this, they see that you're stressed out or that you need help, and they just don't want to help. So yeah, definitely the effort is huge. Like wanting to learn what it is the other person does. Being willing to do, like there was one time, and I tell this story all the time, that I had a list of 1,000 names on a spreadsheet, and the names were put together. The first name and the last name was put together on the spreadsheet, going all the way down. And I needed something, in order to upload it into a mailing list, I needed to separate the first name and the last name for all these 1,000 names. And he volunteered to do it and did it. like some people may not look at it as huge, but like that's however long that took, that's that amount of time that I didn't have to go towards that and do that, so I could focus on creating the newsletter that was going out, doing the other stuff. So it's like that stuff, like those are the things that I remember. Like just the willingness to be like, hey, I'm still trying to figure out what to do, but give me that, I'll do it. Right. Like that stuff really matters. So I don't know, we're figuring it out.
I say it's all about giving it where you fit in. Like, don't try to overwhelm yourself. Like, just like come in and take baby steps. But like when you do need to take a big leap, take a big leap. You know, when you need to be there to relieve some stress, be there. You know.
Right. Most definitely. So one thing about my situation, now our situation, is some people come into a relationship with someone who owns one business. So they just have to learn one business. I have 4. So on top of that 4, we have clients that have businesses. So it's like learning these businesses that we have here in the house, and then now learning the clients' businesses to be able to help out. So, you know, I got to give my husband a pat on the back.
And then I'm married an overachiever. Because it's not like just big dreams, like, you know, hey, I want a shed in the back. You know, that's good. I can look up how to make a shed in the back and make a shed and everything like that. No, not this one. I want a whole building. I want the whole building. I want my name on it. I want my picture right here. I want all this. And, you know, she said it early on, so I knew what I was getting into. And I mean, I'm up for the challenge. So I mean, it's not, you just gotta know what you're getting into and be able to judge if you want to get into that.
I didn't know that was keeping you from playing the game.
Keep me from a lot of things, but that's okay. Because I ride bikes, so I mean, I like riding bikes. I mean, but.
And I like riding bikes. I just don't like riding with him. I take that back. I like riding with you. It's just he scares me. And I'm a daredevil, like to the fullest, like roller coasters, heights, all that. I'm a daredevil. I don't know why.
It's not daredevil when it comes to bikes.
No, because I used to ride with my dad and my uncle, and I could ride it.
But they probably rode cruisers.
I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like you take too many chances. I think that's what it is. I think it's the fear that a chance is gonna approach, and instead of being like, no, she's on the back, chill, you're just gonna take it. It's gonna scare the hell out of me.
So for my motorcycle riders out there, I try to, you know, I never used to ride with somebody. So this is like, you know, my first time like really riding with somebody. So if we're on the bike and I see a gap, you know how we supposed to think. Like if you see the gap, you gotta take it, because if you think about it, the door closes. So you gotta take the gap.
Listen, if I'm on a bike, let the door close.
And then it just gets annoying, like sitting behind the car when you know you can just go in between and it's.
So again, he scares me. Well, and then he'll take chances that I don't feel like. Oh man, this is messed up, but I'm gonna do this to the bike to fix it so it'll work, and we're gonna ride.
Okay.
We have no Jimmy rig the bike.
Okay.
We have no seatbelts.
So I lost the front brake, and I was saying I could just zip tie the front brake until I get the part to fix the front brake, but we have a back brake. We'll be okay. She was like, no. No. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna take that chance.
Oh.
I rode it.
It's him trying to brake and something happened and then me flying across the. No. He said, you just tuck your hands in my thing. Okay, but then when you fly and I fly the same point, I ain't gonna be able to get apart. I just, in my mind, so many things are gonna go wrong.
Without a front brake, baby, I got you. We're not gonna take those chances because I don't have a front brake. So
But I don't believe you.
I wouldn't though.
He told me he wasn't gonna take a lot of chances because I was on the bike, and he still does.
I wanted you to feel the.
But when I'm on the bike, it's too late.
I wanted her to feel the adrenaline. I just wanted her to feel it because you said you was there though. So I wanted you to feel it.
am, babe, but I feel like
I know.
I'm normal bike riding is adrenaline enough. I don't have a seatbelt. Maybe old age. Maybe I'm getting old.
Man, I'm your seatbelt. You just strap up to me.
What makes him think that if the bike wrecks, he's gonna stay on the bike?
I got good grip.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is like even driving. So in a car, I don't feel safe with them. So if I don't feel safe with you in a car.
So I drive very well. I just wanted to point that out. I drive very well.
I can't even tell y'all what he does because he could get a ticket.
But sometimes when you're driving, okay, I'll tell myself. Because when you're driving, you happen to look at your phone and you want to respond back to whatever's being said. I'm in a lot of group messages. So by the time you get to your destination, it's like 50 group messages. You can't even respond back. So
them group messages is more important in our life.
You drive with your knee, or you look.
Now you guys.
You put the phone right here and you look.
It, right. He told it. This is him. So you see the windshields right here.
I drive a big Suburban, y'all. It's a big windshield. It's a big windshield.
But when his eyes are on the phone and we're swerving off in the other lane.
Again, I drive a Suburban. If we go off the side of the road, it's made to drive off the side of the road, and then we can get back on the road.
Do you guys see why I don't want to ride in the bike with him? Please tell me you understand. Please tell me you understand. But it's the thing. Now that we're married, he has different personalities. So he has single John. Now I say this because this is what he refers to them as. He has single John. He has vacation John. He has party John. He has married John. So married John has agreed to marry April that he's not going to be on his phone like he drives, at least not while I'm in the car. I said never, but I can't control what he does when I'm not in the car. At least when I'm in the car.
Just a side note, people, I don't have one ring because we have to get it sized.
Resized for the second time.
Yeah, for the second time. Yeah. I've been losing weight, so my fingers getting skinny. I'm just gonna take that. I'm just gonna take that.
So that's why the bike thing is a little scary for me. I'm hoping at some point I can get over it. Either I can get over it or he calms down and realizes when his wife is on board, drive like a normal person, ride like a normal person.
Right now I have a Suzuki 750, so I want to get a Busa, so that way she has a good center in the back, so that way she's comfortable.
My booty be hurting.
The one I got right now it's a small seat.
Yeah, so my booty be hurting. You think you have cushion on your booty, it will protect it. No.
Yeah, I like cushion.
Hey. So it looks like our stream is going good, which is exciting. We did have a few people come in, but nobody wrote anything. But we are at 40 minutes. We talked too much.
Yeah.
So-
we said it was gonna be 30 minutes.
Right. So, but the thing is we got it good. We're able to know that everything works right. And next time we do this, we would love to send an invite. We didn't send invites this time for people to come on and chat with us because we didn't know if we were going to be able to control it. Now that we're able to control it, our goal is really to do daytime with us at least 3 times a week, if not more, around lunchtime, around 12, where you sit and talk with us and we chit chat, go over some stuff in the media, talk about some stuff we got going on, and entertain you during lunchtime. And that'll be, so we'll figure out exactly what dates are going to be and we're going to post it. But be looking forward to the Self-Made Talk Show that airs on Thursdays currently. Us getting on and doing a stream while we are on the Self-Made Talk Show. We want to involve you.
Yes.
In our conversations. We may bring some people on camera. If you have good camera quality, hit us up. Aside from that, we'll be showcasing people's comments, putting you in our conversation, so that way when we're talking about something that interests you.
Shoot some topics.
Yeah, shoot some topics.
Shoot some topics.
What kind of stuff y'all want to talk about?
Yeah. That's what we need.
Because we can talk about us all day.
Yes, we can.
I know you don't want to hear about us. So with that being said, we're going to end this stream so we can go ahead and move on to what we need to do next today, because we got a long list of stuff to do.
Thought we was almost done today, but okay.
No. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
I'm J Rock.
I'm A Rich.
Yeah, peace out.